back, everyone. My name is Esther Love, and this is Love Corner. And I am so excited that we're back. And I am back with Philip-Oyedele.
Wow, the pleasure is mine.
Guys, the last time it was here, oh my god, that video was awesome.
Come on now, I enjoyed the video myself.
We got like great reviews from you guys. I'm so
Yeah.
excited that it blessed you. And I'm hoping that the video we're about to do today has similar, even greater effect in Jesus' name.
Amen.
So Philip is here today to ask me some really deep questions.
Oh yes, that's why I'm here today. I'm not here to talk, I'm here to do the question. So today we're going to be talking about apology and relationship. Apology language. How do you go about apologizing to your partner? How do you protect their vulnerabilities? That's what we're going to be talking about today. All right.
Yes.
So now my first question.
Oh Lord.
I mean, just my first question.
Go ahead.
So in relationships, right, people come together and they think it's going to be bed of roses all through.
Yeah.
So most people don't really prepare to be offended or to be offensive.
Oh yeah.
So what do you tell people going into a relationship that makes them prepare their mind in such a way that they're able to manage offenses?
Great question, by the way. But I honestly think that first of all, we need to understand that offense is gonna happen.
Yeah.
I feel like we know that, like, because you've heard it so many times. We know it in our head or maybe in our heart somewhere, but it hasn't sunk in that
That's true.
this person that says they love I love you, you know, all this thing. One day they're gonna hurt me. It might not even be something that makes sense, but I'm offended.
Yeah.
And it will happen. So you're gonna have to go from just knowing that to really understanding it, and it just immediately brings that peace.
Wow.
So with that in mind, you do need to have some strategies in place. I would say speak to your partner because we are so different.
Everyone is different.
Everyone is coming with different experiences.
And I think that's why at times people offend each other, and someone is offended, the other person doesn't even know he has done something wrong.
Yes.
And they just keep living their lives, you know.
I know, yeah. So that literally takes me to like one of the first things you need to talk about is how do you handle offense? You need to ask that person.
How do I know that you're offended?
Yes. Like, tell me, Philip. When I offend you, are you the type of person that will tell me about it, or do you keep it in mind?
Or you talk, you know,
expect me to read your mind because I'm a witch?
Because
yeah. So that's an actual question, because I also think like maybe in the family growing up, that person, they probably didn't talk about offenses, or maybe even their friendship, they don't talk as much. We just get over it. So that's something they're already bringing. So actually ask them. Most
times people don't really even have time. They're so busy that they don't have time to even observe properly and know that their partner has they're offended. They don't even have that time.
Exactly.
You know?
So help me to know when you're angry.
Okay. So you have said like two things very important right now. One is having a conversation about offense, you know, and the other is knowing that offense will come and understanding that we're just two different people. So in a relationship, if someone is offended, it's not something abnormal.
No, it's not.
It's normal,
how we
right?
handle it is what makes it abnormal.
That will now lead me to my second question, right?
Yeah.
So how do you say sorry? How do you apologize in such a way that your partner feels like this apology is genuine?
Oh my gosh.
It's about to go down.
So, first of all, I think when it comes to saying sorry, I honestly think that one size does not fit all.
That's
because I think you just have that go-to style that you use to apologize to people. Maybe you're the action person, you're not the verbal person.
Yeah.
But then I think it also goes back to like the first point. When we talk about tell me when you get offended. Also, tell me how you would love your apology package.
Yeah. That's
do you
very
like
important.
Green apple or red apple?
Yeah. How do you want your apology?
Do you want the verbal action or combination of both?
Yes.
Let me know. So that when I do offend you, now I can try to tailor it to you, because one size does not fit all.
Okay. So what do you have to say about people who think they have to explain their side of the issue before they apologize? Or do they have to apologize before they explain? Because everybody wants to be understood, right? So what do you have to say about that? We should come first, we should come second, ideally.
You know, I had a hard time with it. So I'm like, but I think in the real sense of it, you should say sorry first.
Okay.
I think that always dials down the tension in the atmosphere.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Instead, because if I tell you, oh, you hurt me, and you just come back with, but I didn't hurt you. Oh,
It
you
means
want me
you're
to
being
tell you how I
defensive,
hurt?
right?
Yeah.
You're denying the feelings of the other person.
Yes.
You're trying to tell them you don't have right to be angry. You're not supposed to be
Exactly.
offended.
Exactly. So say you're sorry, because I used to be of the mindset that I need to understand what I'm saying sorry for. So just because you told me you're offended right now, I used to think you can also get it apology right now. I have to go think about it.
Oh my God.
Understand why how I hurt you, so that I can apologize properly, genuinely.
I see.
But now I know that you should still say sorry first. That first sorry does not have to make as much sense.
Oh,
it doesn't have to be extremely justified. Right now, just apologize for that feeling that the person communicated.
Yeah.
Say you're sorry for that. And then we can go into explaining if necessary. You can go think on it later. You can draft a letter, something.
Okay. Now you're giving me the vibes.
I do that.
So in other words, you're trying to say we should put the sense of right or wrong aside when it comes to apology. You just want to prioritize the other person.
Yes.
You just want to make them feel safe with you. At least protect their vulnerability.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. And just also one more thing is, even that first sorry or other subsequent sorries, how you say it matters. Study shows that 70% of conversation is actually nonverbal. I know we talk a lot, so even though I'm saying I'm sorry, how I say it matters. The tone of voice, the nonverbal, the body language. I'm not crossing my. I'm sorry, or I'm sorry.
Then you walk away.
You're not sorry. Guess what? The person is gonna take the nonverbal, not what I said.
Not what. So from the order you have said now, you're saying the main question will be: do I want happiness in my relationship, or do I want to be right?
Yes.
Right. So we should put happiness first, right?
Choose happiness.
Choose peace.
Peace
is respect to everyone. Okay, that's fine. Now, my next question.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Is, some people are offended. And even after they receive a verbal apology, they're still like in this offensive mode, right? So how do you help them come out of that shell of offense? How do you bring them out of it?
I think I'm going to use myself as an example for this.
That's perfect.
So my love language is quality time. Okay. So I would appreciate if someone says I'm sorry. Don't just walk away.
Yeah.
Or maybe go into your room or go do something else. Sit there with me. Oh. Let's talk. Ooh. Let's get into another conversation. Oh. Let's have some heart to heart. Quality time. So I think your love language then goes into an apology too. So it's kind of like I got the verbal, but I also add the actions to it. Oh. So I think at the end of the day, everybody needs a combination of both. Okay. Verbal and action.
Okay. And the action should be more about their love language.
Yes.
I mean, that's what I technically termed apology language. So apology language is how you apologize.
Yes.
And what you do after the apology in order to clear the effect of your wrongdoings. Nice. So you're trying to say, I am sorry, and you're trying to back it up with an action that shows that I want us back to normal.
And I'm doing something that I know that you specifically
like. Yeah, that's true.
But then I'm also thinking, if someone's apology language or love language is probably like gift, would that work all the time? Like, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, now here's a gift.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think what will work is, depending on the situation, you might have to get them a gift.
Yeah.
For instance, if you forget like your anniversary, and your partner
yeah.
is so big on gift, that little thing is going to be so much that you have to actually get them a gift,
Yes.
right? But in other instances, because nobody has a
Just
particular,
one.
just one love language, you might just have to take leverage on their other love language and make it up to them with that.
Yeah, so what you're pretty much saying is the context of the situation matters.
Yes, it
Yeah.
matters. But everybody should choose happiness above being right.
Mr. Peace right here. Mr. Peace.
And we're talking about ideal situation. Here we're not talking about abuse. We're not talking about those extremes. We're just talking about everyday offense, step on each other's toes. You're still good. You're still in love. Not a red flag, just the normal everyday that shows that you're human, right?
Yeah.
How you apologize is as important as the apology itself. The posture of apology is important as the apology. Exactly. And again, manage your temper. Don't become something wicked. Don't be unkind because you're offended. Yeah. You can still be offended and be cool and still help out the other person until they come around to realize that, oh, they did something wrong.
Yes. It goes back to the very beginning of this conversation in the sense that you need to understand the other person. That person is a lifelong study for you. And also, I feel like we tell other people to try to understand us, like, get me. You get yourself too.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Understand yourself.
And at times, you want to be understood, but you don't want to understand the other person.
Yes.
That's most cases, right?
Yeah. Like, be okay admitting that, yeah, I do go out of proportion when I'm angry. Admit it. The problem is half solved when you start with acknowledgement. Yeah. Then you will be more inclined to look for a solution versus if you keep denying it, we're not moving anywhere.
That's true.
Yep.
That's true. That's true. Wow. So my other question.
Oh my.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm kind. Even if you offend me, I'm a kind guy.
Yeah.
So my other question is, why do you think people find it difficult to say sorry? What is the big deal about sorry? Seems this question is like, what's the big deal in sorry?
It's big. Like,
why is it big?
I remember my matron in school. She would always say that, sorry, please, thank you. The things that will not remove one air from your body. It will still be perfectly okay. But it's so hard.
So why is it so hard?
Well, I will be the first to say that I'm a culprit. I'm getting better. Like we just said, acknowledge your issues. Okay. Yeah. I'm getting better. We're getting there.
Thank God.
But I would say at the very core of it is just that pride and ego. Oh. I don't want to admit that I'm wrong. Everybody has this God complex to an extent that we feel like if I'm admit that I'm wrong,
I'm being too vulnerable.
Yeah, it's kind of like that means I was stupid. I'm a bad person. It's from a protective
you're
sense.
Protecting your ego.
Yeah, but then at the detriment of hurting the other person.
Wow. Because most times people just want to be right? Everybody want to be right.
Oh yeah.
So we might unconsciously choose being right over being happy in our relationship.
I mean, our society celebrates people that are intelligent, that are smart, that are right, that are expert. So I want to be right, at least in this relationship.
do you also think people find it difficult to say sorry because most persons are big on being perfectionist? So they feel like I'm always right. I mean, I'm not shooting at you. Sorry, viewers. I'm not shooting at you. But do you think that's part of the reason why people find it difficult to come out?
Yes.
Here we go.
I didn't know that I had a perfect sense of self.
Oh God, what God cannot do does not exist.
Oh God, when someone tells me you offend me, I am so hurt.
Oh, I see.
And then
disappointed
I beat
in yourself.
Oh, my goodness.
Why did I do that?
And I start to condemn myself. Like, come on, girl. Especially as a believer, I put myself on so much pedestal. Like, girl, God expects so much of you. You should be loving. So how can you offend somebody? That is so bad. I start to beat myself down.
Oh.
So like God had to tell me like, hey, who do you think you are? I offended people. Like, did you read the Bible? You will offend people unless you're like doing it intentionally. Now that's malicious.
Oh, that's malicious. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really malicious.
To expect that while you're still in this body, you will be 100% perfect and never offend someone. That is. Do you know what that did to me when I came down from that pedestal? You get an offense. You get an offense. You get an offense. I offend you. Oh, I offended you. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not perfect. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like,
yeah.
That just made me so much like, Usa.
Oh, I see.
It releases me quickly to say I'm sorry because now I know that you can offend people.
You can offend people.
All right.
You're not so perfect.
Yeah.
You're not so perfect. So my last question is going to be, how do you deal with people who are easily offended? Virtually every small thing, they're offended. What do you think we should do?
Again, I think it really goes back to the fact that you have to understand that everyone is different.
Yeah.
So I would definitely say I'm someone that does not get easily offended.
Okay.
So when I meet people that get easily offended, it's such a shock to me.
Yeah. But there are people like that too.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I thought everyone was like me.
Definitely gonna step on your toes after this video.
I really thought that.
Okay.
But I'm learning that some people are like extra super sensitive.
Yeah.
And there's nothing absolutely wrong with that. We need sensitive people. It's okay. You. I think what that did to me when I felt like I now had to walk on eggshells because I don't want to offend you. But then again, it was because I was still operating from that perfect mindset.
Yeah.
All right. But now I've realized that, you know what? I want to be free with you. If I offend you, let me know.
Oh.
And I would also quickly say I'm sorry, and we can learn better. So I feel like both parties can learn. You can learn maybe not to get as easily offended going forward. When something seems like it comes as an offense to you, try to look at the person's intention. Like, know the person you're dealing with.
Having a memory of goodness. Yes. Having a memory of when this person came through for you.
Exactly.
Because we are quick to forget the goodness of the other person.
Oh, the bad things.
Yeah. And so we just like amplify the little things. To her is human. Oh, yes. You know, so understanding that this person is just human. Yes. Don't leave the major and focus on the minor.
Yes. Yes.
Especially if you have a good partner who has come through for you, who has been awesome, who still have little shortcoming. I mean, just bear with them.
Yeah. But again, I also want to say to that, your feelings are valid. So don't feel like you have to keep it in. Because I don't want to seem like a nuisance. I don't want to be like every time I'm complaining that you're offending me. It's okay. All right. Okay. But don't get to the point like it builds up and starts to cause resentment. Speak about it. Yeah. All right. Let the other person know.
Don't suck. Please talk. Right? And communicate respectfully.
Yes,
that's important.
Yes,
that's important.
Yes.
Everyone is big on respect. Wow, it's been an awesome time, right? I forgot something, really. I forgot something. Why is it that women find it extremely difficult to apologize? What is it about women? I'm sorry.
I feel like women do apologize.
How?
I think women apologize so much in other areas of their lives. I feel like a woman will be so quick to say, I'm sorry to her boss, I'm sorry to her parents.
But when it comes to a romantic relationship, it's completely different.
Yeah. I mean, aside from the pride issue that I've mentioned, which is general for everybody, but when you're in that romantic relationship, I honestly think, not to bash us women, but we take the victim mentality too seriously.
Okay. Play the victim game, guys. Human. You can be wrong.
You quickly go into the it's not my fault. And I think the society also doesn't help. There is this narrative, I think I see skits about it all the time. If she says she's wrong or something, is she wrong or you're right? I'm right. It's like,
so the society makes it look like the man is responsible.
Yeah, like girls grow up that they see mom in that fight.
And dad is gonna say sorry.
Even when they probably have a counselor or maybe they bring a family member to come settle it, they will say, apologize to you. You are the man now. Stop doing like this.
I see.
Keep telling everybody, even when she's wrong, she's right.
She's right.
You apologize.
Auntie,
so women have also now taken that.
You can be wrong. And when you are wrong, accept that you are wrong.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong in being wrong.
Honestly, I feel like that's a very major part. It seems funny, but it's actually what we're teaching people.
If your wife is wrong, you are wrong. If your wife is
oh
right, you are still wrong.
Yes.
And when your wife is right and you are wrong, she's still right.
So the men are programmed already that please say sorry in relationship. Why the women, they are giving this empowerment
to
that
receive
it's okay,
the apology.
Yeah, it's okay to stand your ground that you're not wrong, even though you know that you're are.
Wrong. Yeah.
So it keeps putting you in that victim space. I'm always the one that should receive it. Don't fall. That's your power as a woman. You know. But I think we need to grow. We need to be able to say, okay, it's my fault this time. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. I mean, we don't have certain conversation when people say I do. I do is a big statement. When you say I do, you also mean I will do the apology.
Yes.
I will do the love. I will do the care. The day it is joyful, I will do it. The day it is a bit hurtful, I will do it. You're saying I do to a lot of things.
But that's the problem, Philip. Because before somebody even gets to that altar, she has learned a lot of things that she does not have to do.
Yeah,
so even when she's saying she do, she's saying I do to the things that I know
I'm
that
prepared to do.
But the ones that they've already told you to do, you do that one.
You do that. So
Yeah,
you accept some I do and shift some I do to the other side.
Yeah, we have to be careful what we're listening to because a lot of bad things are being projected. While it's wisdom for the man to deal with the woman with understanding and it's okay to apologize sometimes just for the peace of it. I feel like women also should step up.
That's true.
It helps you grow as a person. It helps your other relationships too.
And you'll be able to teach other women too. Like if you read the handwriting of Paul, Paul said older women should teach younger women how to love their husband. So there is something you are supposed to teach your generation. Not like the public space, at least your children.
I was about to say the first woman you're gonna teach is your daughter.
Is your daughter, yeah.
When she says that mom owns up to her wrong, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But every time you're like, oh, brother and sister hurt each other, brother, apologize to her. you already teaching them at that age already.
Yeah, that's true.
You're the man, apologize. Can't you leave it for your sister? We've been trained that way, unfortunately.
That's correct. Wow, I enjoyed this conversation, I must say. And I do hope that our viewers enjoy this time too. I'm sure this video will make a big deal in your relationship and even your marriage and even like friendships, right? Especially people who are on talking stage will be able to know part of what should form your conversation. The date is good, everything is fine, but you want to establish certain conversations about offense, apology, choosing happiness above being right. Well, viewers at home now, it's about time out. And don't forget to like this video, drop a comment, ask questions in the comment section. Tell us what next you want us to talk about. By the way, I do not know the next time I'm going to see this beautiful girl here.
We don't get to see our faces
very
anytime
soon. Very
we see
soon.
each other. We try to do a video together.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah.
And share with a friend.
Yes, please.
If you know somebody that needs this, please do share with them. By the way, thank you. Those were powerful responses.
And those are really good questions too.
I mean, all right, guys.
Yeah,
right now, we want to say bye.
Bye-bye. Love you.
Peace out. Love you.